Hello guys, I'm Santos, a Capricorn 05, and welcome to another edition of iRacing. Great mode, so yeah, I thought I was going to get up to 2,000 iRating, but I was 4 points short, so we're going to give it one last live stream to make sure I go sleeping happy as I try to get to 2,000. So should be easy because, you know what, yeah, draftmasters is easy iRating points. If I'm always careful, you know, so. I thought it was going to be the fastest car in practice, but probably get around 39 seconds in order to get around this place. So yeah, and then the tires just wear out real quickly and oops, you're above the groove. Or like up in the cushion. Like, I'm not so sure there is a cushion at Daytona, but wow, 2.5 miles around the track be kind of tricky, you know. So anyways, yeah, 2 people show up. I guess they probably want to see a little bit more of me, you know. So when you're 4 points short of 2,000, you know you want to get a little bit more out of it. So one last shot to at least try. Don't do anything silly and hopefully go for it. Like I said in the last stream, I thought I'd call it a night, but hey, it is what most people will say is go for one last race. You know? It's just AI enabled, what?
3, 2, 1. Right here. We can't fix the damage. Okay, punch it.
Are you a crazy driver? That's on me 33. My fault, bro.
Let's try this again. You're trying to get to know me, so yeah, that last live stream was what I need. 72 views, 15 watch hours. I'll probably get monetized, who knows. Yeah. I kind of do a little bit here and there, just record the races for my smart TV right there. Sorry, it took me a long time to figure out that TV's behind me, but behind the monitor is my new antenna, which if I were to watch races, I'd have to go in the kitchen area, but I can do it in the living room now, and I believe I got it from Walmart, so I'm glad that's... Ooh, Jason Jacoby again, okay. I remember this FS on. Another way to boost up that before, you know, the rock happens. So. And I don't care if I finish dead last at the rock in a 200 lap race. People tend to drop out of a race because their tires are being worn out. And plus, it's a truck, so yeah, NASCAR is gonna be something, man. I wanted to do Daytona in Las Vegas because they were drafting tracks with the truck, but didn't have the time. I wanted to put the iRacing to switch the credits. They get each quarter, which is like $10. So yeah, even if I had to do a race on Tuesday, I didn't know the actual dates I'd have to do it on. So as long as it's 8 hour 8 weeks, that's good. And I can miss some weeks too, so yeah. It's also mid-30s, but everything's okay. Everybody starts somewhere, like Joss Berry and Ryan Preece. They weren't well-known names back in the 2000s when I was trying to get into racing. Look at Joey Logano. Three-time champion. A lot of young folks will look up to him, you know. Like, I noticed a kid that sliced bread. I didn't imagine him going to be a champion. It happened to him, you know. Like, I believe flat tracks are his specialty. Andrew, Phoenix, a race he had to win both times in 2023 and 2024, but with this new point system, it ain't gonna happen to him. Yeah. It's like, where did you get your information from? So, hold on. I'm just looking at the setups. Yeah. It's called testing, right? But the advantage is you can use generative AI / Microsoft Copilot to get the recommended changes or recommended number as far as or benchmarks you have to set it in. Like the rear end gear ratio where you can't touch it in a fixed setup, or possibly shocks and springs, dampers, and all that good stuff, you know. I guess 25 of us are gonna go after him. Top 10 might be a lock, that's all. And I'm car number 15. I never had issues using the D-pad on the steering wheel, so yeah. Either way, it's just a race. It'll probably take around 15 minutes at tops, so yeah. Just take a deep breath. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay. My car number 15, so if I get in a crash, which I hope not, but things can happen in draftmasters in the CO2 race, so yeah. And usually there's not a big pack at the end, so we'll see how that goes. In other words, yeah. Rage Racing Vids, aka Nolan Sutton. I said good luck on his live stream. I told him a couple of days ago where he'd do NASCAR iRacing qualifiers at the Rock. He says he never got an opportunity and he will never do it. And said probably not. Voila, yeah. There's other reasons why that. Yeah, Daytona and Las Vegas, those first 2 weeks in the NASCAR league, you know, I probably won't get in the top 30. Top 30 is just a bonus, so I'm not going to go after the lofty expectation and just try to get into it. But Michael Cozy, aka Renval 8820, he was among the top 30 at some point and was able to do NASCAR. So yeah, I'd say I don't know where he gets his setups. Like you have to buy setups to do it, but there's a loophole in the AI system. Like, hey, how do you get free setups? Just go into the garage and tinker with it a little bit. So that way you don't have to buy anything. You just type whatever you want to type, right? Like keep the default setup in Microsoft Copilot and hopefully it'll make it look smart. Anyways, like literally just other ways to get around it, you know. So 30 seconds left until the race starts. Yeah, I know we can do it. Let's see, car number 15. I mean 18th, yeah, somewhere where I started last race. Somewhere in the teens. Well, 19th and then climbed up to 10th. I probably stay away from top 5, top 10. That's the front of the pack, but they'll be kind of greedy trying to shuffle the running order. So so if the leader's all by himself, well, you're gonna have to be lucky to have some drafting.
The estimated SOF is 2,356. Let's take opportunities. Half the field is on the grid.
Let's reset the drivers. Good. 18th. Oh, Dale Earnhardt. A bunch of Dale Earnhardt.
That's one word. 5 cars left to grid.
Raise Dale. Raise hell. Raise hell. Raise like, be the Biff. Be like Biff. Raise hell. I forgot the quote. I watched it this morning while I was in the car. Anyways, the documentary, some
Good luck, guys. Jacob, good job getting over 2,000 on the iRating.
Oh shit, I've been there a bunch. I just got lucky here. Cause you guys are pros and aren't about beating and banging before the line, so I just kind of follow the leader. You've held it together, so I got lucky.
Amen. Have a good guys to race with, and it typically works out well.
Cruz is a badass too. I followed him the whole race. He's on an arrow. He's easy to follow. A couple of these guys are real good. This Office Depot car has been on my rear for the last 2 races. He's fast.
Let's get it.
Yeah, man, let's get
You
it.
look, have fun.
Light some fires and burn some tires.
That's a Chevy.
Check. Come on, baby.
One lap to green. You're on the outside this time. Pit road is closed right now. Catch up 2 cars.
Good iRating at the top.
Oh, there's some people sleeping on pit road. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon, motherfucker.
Hello.
Okay.
Watch out, guys. There's a car coming in 16 seconds behind you. He might be flying.
Alright, everybody hit the brakes real quick. Fuck them up.
Catch up 2
It don't
cars.
really matter with these cars. We'll be up to 220 before the corner. The second.
About to go green. Stay focused. The pace car is off. Be ready. Green, green, green. Car inside. Still inside. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear up top. Outside. Still there. Clear.
careful front back. That red and white car is on the staff formation.
The leader is running 41.117. 41.45. The car behind is closing on. The gap is 2.7 seconds. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.7 seconds.
Terrible driving. Looks like having games going forward.
Jacob, I might need your help.
Car 4 is now leading. 41.688. Car ahead. Go high. You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 2.9 seconds. 42.682. One has taken the lead. 42.727. Inside, still there, still there. The car behind is closing on. The gap is 2 seconds. Clear.
bad driving earlier.
The leader consider 41.465. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 2.6 seconds.
Remember that red car was on
2.437. go.
Tough corner, man, especially shit tires. I think this is my first time ever running this car. Like this kid. Well, they're fresh tires right there, boy, oh boy. That scared the crap out of me.
Look in the pasture, look in the pasture.
Damn it, boy, you really fucked it up for me, bud.
White flag this time. 42.174.
Did he?
You're pulling away from the car behind.
Car
6.1 seconds. Good racing. The car outside is outside is clear.
To finish. I've had enough good finishes now. Next time someone comes up and knocks me in the top 5, we're gonna fight.
Still there, hold your line. Clear outside.
Yeah, you said check for that. GG spot.
Alright, there's the checkered flag.
Yeah, I kind of
Better schedule from testing, we'll get them next time.
Oh well. That was good racing with you either way, but good driver. Yeah, I was trying to do like fast earlier, but it should just been better just to ride behind you for a while. I was just trying to figure out how this car works.
Cool to put
Thanks for not turning me in the corner, Home Depot. Good race, fellas.
GG's, man.
Come on. Oh man, only lost 2. See, I told you. We're gonna do another race. Two races tonight, I've been ran over or gotten some damage in some form, so wasn't the best of nights.
I figured that's how the fast guys got around here.
I'll take the rest of the ride for the race start. And just go from there. And, you know, until we get to 2000 iRating, and just get qualified so we can get a chance to stuff.
It's all the same stuff. It's kind of funny because I'm a better defender than most of my friends, but that's because I've done this.
I'm on fire! I'm on fire! You're not on fire. Help me, Tom Cruise. You're not on fire. Help me, Oprah Winfrey. Help me, Jesus. Please, God, don't let the imaginary fire kill my best friend. Ricky, you're not on fire.
I thought that the race was pretty exciting, controversy, created all that, but, it was,
Dude, I'm excited. I got the day off tomorrow somehow, and I'm gonna be racing my ass off tonight.
Holy shit, why are there cars flipping through the triangle? What the fuck is happening here? Fuck me up, back up behind me. Dude, these cars flip very easy. Bro, I saw that car flip and it fucked me up so bad I almost died. I never realized how fast these older cars went.
I'm so lucky before to get people to watch my Cars tour at Flinger and the draftmasters in Daytona to finish the week out. I guess tomorrow because it's practice for the NASCAR event at the Rock. So there's 11 weeks, right? Probably try to do all of them. That balancing in our computer repair shop locally here, so I have to keep it private so people don't really get into my social security. Yeah. Yes. Coming my 19. Good Lord. There's not much for me to say. I'm just gonna skip it anyway. Highest maybe 19 for some big qualifying in the 20s. Anyways, guys, I charged my phone over there. When you look at me, it's you guys left, but my hand is actually the right hand. So yeah, just charging my phone. Make sure I get a top 10. That's all. 26 of us. Anyways, yeah. I mean,
Is it lift and coast into the corner, or is it slight brake?
In qualifying?
No, in actual race. In qualifying, I guess you just hold bottom line, right? That seemed fastest right now.
I typically run higher on the straightaways, but I hit the apron on the money lap in the trial. But in the race, it's lifting. You lift in the race quite early if you're saving tires, but if you have to, like to avoid running back to someone, yes, definitely brake.
Cool. Good looking. Thanks, Jim.
Yes, sir. Good luck, guys.
so I will not be reading you guys live chats.
I don't know what you're talking about. I full send this motherfucker. We're checkers or we're wrecking this bitch.
Until your tire's dead.
Yeah, don't be an elite ducker and forgot to hit the brakes. They didn't mention that part.
The estimated SOF is 2,538.
That is a tough number.
There are a lot of points on the table. Be smart and get a good finish.
Todd going with the, I forgot that cartoon character.
Five cars left to grid. Go. Next time by, line up on the outside. Closed. Pit road is closed. Jetstar 15 car. Jetstar 15 car.
my god. 22, what are we doing? That was a nice little push, huh, Davis? I have damage in my back end now. I really appreciate that, Richard freaking Petty. Hey, Davis, you're not damaged, but it's front end.
About to go green, stay focused.
It's gonna be a good race. Come on, boys. Nick got him. Off to a ripping start.
Green flag, green flag. Go high. Car outside. Clear outside if you want it. Car outside. Keep low. Stay low. Outside is clear.
Oh shit, look out, check it. There's no break.
Come on, Mickey. Get the fuck out of the way,
Slow down low. Slow down low.
Fucking track, man.
Go high. 55.053.
Hey, well, how bad's my front look? Well, that was fun. It didn't look very good on your right front, I think. Makes sense. Gonna have to ride. Holy shit, dude, that was amazing.
Car 22, jump the front.
My bad, brother.
Yeah, you're bad. You just run somebody over. Hey, David.
40.914.
Hey, David. Did I touch you? I didn't.
Braking in turn 1. Go low.
Did I touch you, 11? Hey, David, did you say you're going with me?
You're losing on the car.
Yes, sir.
The gap is 1.1.
That's why I was trying to just freaking let you go.
On my screen, I didn't even touch you. I had no contact. Thank you, brother. You are my partner for this race. I'll try to keep the draft with you as well.
Yeah, but I understand you may not have touched me, but I didn't want you near me. That's why I was trying to let you go.
3.36.
At no point did you pull over.
The lap before I kept it low and clearly got out of the throttle to let you go.
And there was a car that got into the wall, and I heard check up turn 3.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 3.6 seconds.
David, I'm going to try to help you out once we get on this straightaway.
Sir, I got you, buddy.
40.897.
Gavin, next to them, they can lose over 100 iRating this race. You don't know how to check up.
I mean, you did join a draftmasters.
Doesn't matter. You don't need to run over people.
Car 1 just in front. 41.395. Braking on the back stretch. Car outside. Still there. The car in front is pitting. Outside is clear. Car outside. Still there, hold your line. Keep low. Keep low. Outside is clear. The car behind is closing on. The gap is 3.4 seconds. 42.7.
Davis, I'm sorry, buddy. One of my friends came to discourse right when I was going to tell you to come low with me.
41.953.
Sorry for being you there.
We're good, man. I'm gonna find my way back up there. Go get him.
Heck yeah.
Outside. Still there, hold your line. Clear outside.
he was outside back end. I started on my nerve there. He was getting back down. That's all good.
Car outside. Clear outside if you want it. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1 second.
Davis? Man, how am I supposed to know that was happening? I caught check up. Hey, Jacob, what's up for 23 years all over the place? So bizarre.
Hey David, I'm gonna fall back to you, maybe you and I can draft around Sebastian here. Alright, see that? We're gonna try to get it around you.
If it's gonna be a 2v1, I'm not gonna make it easy for you, I'll tell you that.
I hear you on
Away from the car behind. The gap is 1.5.
Okay, give us another
Let's do that as we go.
David C. Rock, thank you so much for the draft.
Thanks for not trying to kill me there. Yeah, man, I got you. Good run. GG, bastard. Good fight.
Yes sir, good race guys. Thank you for the complete race.
Alright, there's the checkered flag. Better schedule some
This
testing.
guy was
Get them
being
next
a little
time.
bit different than last time we were here. Good work ass packing everybody, David. Doing the next one. I don't know how I ass packed anybody. The car in front of me got airtight, and then I tapped you. I mean, if you're really that upset about it, why not go watch it back? Because you can tell by watching it back I did nothing wrong. Well, you know a guy by the company who keeps, I didn't know that car was getting tight, bro. I'm sitting here racing, going 220 miles an hour coming off the corner. By the time I realized he was getting tight into the wall, I hit you. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. Also, someone said I didn't check up or some shit. I don't know.
I think we're gonna get good amount.